Welcome everybody to our final edition of the Nick Saban Show, brought to you by Truckworks for the year. I'm Chris Stewart with the coach of the SEC champion Crimson Tide. Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. I'm really proud of our players for what they've accomplished all year long. You know, this team's had great togetherness, great unity. Everybody buys in. I was really a little bit concerned, I must admit. How would we respond if we got in a dogfight? And we got in a dogfight tonight and made the plays that we needed to make. Offense played great in the game, and we knew going into this game that that's the kind of game this would probably be. We had tough matchups with 84. We had a tough matchup with number 1. And, you know, we knew we were going to have to control the tempo of the game on offense and score points to win. Even when these guys lose, they score in the 30s. So kind of game went pretty much like I thought it would go, and I think our team did a great job, especially our offense, of controlling the tempo of the game. And from the start, it was clear they were ready to play, Coach, with the way your offense was able to generate points. Yeah, absolutely, and you know, we were ahead 35-17 at halftime, and we knew they were going to get the ball back first, and we knew it was going to be important to go out there and get a stop, and they went right down the field in about 5 plays and scored. So, you know, we just didn't play the kind of defense that we need to play in the secondary. I mean, we had 50-50 balls that we should have made plays on that they ended up making plays on. And but, you know, it'd be a good learning experience for everybody. All right, Coach, let's get into those first half highlights.
First and goal from the 8-yard line. Here now the handoff, looking for running room. Najee got it. He's in. Touchdown, Alabama. Evan Neal and Jaleel Billingsley with blocking like you pray for. And that's all that Najee needs, a touchdown. They're 1 of 1, the Gators are, in third down conversions. Here's Trask, stands midfield, looks long, down the left side, into the hands of Kadarius Toney. Touchdown, Florida. 6:41 remaining, opening quarter, tied at 7 here in Atlanta. Now they finally snap the ball. Mack pulls it down, throws across the middle. It's intercepted. Intercepted by the Florida Gators. And they'll bring it to the near side. The ball comes loose on the tackle. Trey Dean was tackled by John Mechie. The ball came loose, and Alabama gets it back. Devontae Smith was there. So a fumble, and what should be Bama's ball. Empty backfield. Najee goes streaking out to the left side. Quarterback Jones looks wide open. There you go. Touchdown, Alabama, wide open to Devontae Smith. 31 yards. What a combination of effort. Guys tackling, guys running, guys blocking. A 40-yard field goal attempt from directly between the hash marks. Gets the snap down. The kick is on the way. It is up. And it is good. 11:38 to go in the opening half. Near side, Bolden goes in motion. Far side, Mack comes to the near side. Makes the grab. Najee spins away from the defense. And he is in for the touchdown. Jaden Hill was the guy who got spun around and left by Najee. And Alabama with a couple of touchdowns today. They'll try and pick up yet another. Naquan Wright comes to the near side. Here's Trask, steps up, and hello! Down he goes. It'll be the first sack of the ball game for the Crimson Tide. Chris Allen. First and 10, Alabama from the 23-yard line. Looking right, Mack throws it across the middle, slanting towards the end zone. Najee Harris, touchdown. And I don't care what era you're around, you know what a touchdown is. That was a 23-yarder, and Alabama has padded their lead. The single running back, he's to the right side of his quarterback. Trask gets the snap, goes up the middle, runs into a host of bodies, and Will Anderson, but he gets in on third and fourth effort for a touchdown. From the 18, here's Mack. Looks right, throws a slant across the middle. Hustling to the goal line, spinning is in. Counted for Najee. Oh my goodness, what a spin move on a slant across the middle. Touchdown, Alabama. Trask waits for the snap. Gets it down low around his ankles, and that is going to tie him up as he's put down. And Alabama's Will Anderson gets a sack, and Alabama has a wonderful 35-17 lead over the Florida Gators here after the first half of play.
Coach, a lot of people speculated that Najee Harris would be heavily involved in the game plan for this game, and certainly he was.
Well, Najee had a great first half, had 141 yards rushing. I mean, he's going to end up scoring 5 touchdowns. I probably hadn't seen all that yet, and you know, Smitty had a great game too. I mean, and he had 8 catches in the first half. So we did what we needed to do. Mack played really, really well. Jonathan Mechie's strip on the guy on the interception was as big a play as there is in the game.
All right, Coach, we got more coming up. Stay with us here on the Nick Saban Show.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made. And by Red Diamond, the official coffee and tea of the Crimson Tide.
Coach, 35-17 at the half. What was the message?
Well, you know, I knew that because Florida has such an explosive offense that the game was far from over. And I was trying to get our players to get their energy level up, but we seemed like we were a little bit tired. You know, it's a little bit different when you play indoors and you've been playing outside for 3 or 4 weeks when it's 50 degrees. So even though we practiced inside, I saw our players get a little bit tired today. We didn't come out and set the tone in the second half like we needed to. They got a couple stops, you know, to start the second half against our offense, and they scored the first drive on defense. So the message was there is no scoreboard, and we got to go win the game in the second half. And once they got close, we always made the plays we needed to make, and that was the difference in the game.
Coach, let's look at those second half highlights.
Trask claps his hands and says a big call out, gets the snap, throws far side, up high, caught in the air, and Trayvon Grimes will carry it in for the touchdown. It'll be a 50-yard pass catch to Trayvon Grimes. Now 1st and 10 from the 48. Trask under pressure. Here comes guys hustling all around him, and finally he's thrown down. It'll be another sack, the 3rd of the evening for the Crimson Tide. Here's now the handoff inside. Naquan Wright, touchdown, right up the middle. From Florida's 45. Najee lines up behind him in the pistol formation. Wide out each way. Handoff, Najee slashing left. Hurdles over a man down the left sideline. Breaks 2 tackles and gets out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Another Heisman moment of 18 yards worth for Najee Harris. Quarterback Mac Jones under center. Forrestall in motion to the right. McMillan, the lead blocker in the eye. Handoff. Najee goes right, looking for his 5th touchdown of the night. Does he get there?
To review, the runner was able to get the ball across the goal line. It is a touchdown.
Touchdown. Touchdown for Najee. Tony goes left. Pierce, the running back. Here's Trask. Stands in, loads up, going down. No, the ball comes loose. It is at the 10-yard line. And who recovers it? Alabama recovers it. Alabama gets Tim Smith to come in and grab the football. It is going to be the 4th sack of the ball game. Will Reichard, a 20-yard field goal try. Kick is on the way. It is up and it is good. And boy, how nice to have that kind of a kicker, isn't it? Backs in the eye behind Trask. Man in motion near side. There's the give. There's the touchdown. They went to Damian Pierce. Here comes the Tide back to the line of scrimmage. After that 3-yard pickup, here's a 2nd and 7. Here's a quick throw across the middle. Touchdown, Alabama. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Alabama. 15 yards from Mac Jones. Here now is a 2nd and 12 for Florida. Back to the 30 is Trask. Loops one towards the big tight end who goes up, makes the grab. Touchdown, Florida. Kyle Pitts again. Jordan Battle and Daniel Wright are playing deepest of deep. So is Job. Quarterback back at the 5. Steps up, gets drilled. Yes, sir, he gets mashed. And that is going to be the ball game. It'll be Christian Harris as Alabama wins the SEC championship. And so what else is new?
When all said and done, Coach, 52-46 your final score.
Well, in an SEC championship.
That's right.
You know, I'm
Nice hat.
just going to go ahead and put this hat on now for everybody because I'm really proud of our players. But we had some guys that had outstanding performances tonight. Smitty 15 catches, I don't know how many yards, and I just scored 5 touchdowns and had 170 some yards rushing. Mac played really, really well. But our offensive line has been the reason that we have been so successful and productive on offense because they control the line of scrimmage. We create tremendous balance in our ability to run the ball as well as throw it. And I think that's what makes us a little bit different. It was also important tonight that we control the tempo of the game and the time of possession so that the best way to defend 1-84 and 11 is when they're not on the field. And we kept the ball away from them for a good part of the night tonight, and that was really, really important.
We got a lot more coming up. Stay with us here on The Nick Saban Show.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made. By Coca-Cola, together tastes better. And by Aflac. Get to know us at aflac.com.
Coach, in a 52-46 game, where do you even find the turning point in this one?
I think the turning points were the turnovers. When Mac throws the pick, John Mechie strips the ball out. The sack fumble that we had that gave us the ball on the 9-yard line was a huge play in the game. We didn't score a touchdown there. We ended up kicking a field goal, but it kept us 2 scores ahead in the game. And then we get a turnover down here on the 1-yard line, and we're offsides, which they would have never got back in the game if we're not offsides. So all those things to me are huge in a game like this.
All right, Coach, you've got a lot of guys on your staff that are in their first run with you. Sal Sunseri has been with you before, back with you as outside linebackers coach.
Yeah, Sal's been with me 3 times, I think, and he's always done a really, really good job. He's got a great family. Vinny was a player for us, and his other son is, with us now as a GA. But he does a really good job of teaching pass rush. He does a really good job of developing players. He's a really good recruiter. He develops great relationships with players, and it's always great to have Sal on the staff.
Let's go Mercedes-Benz All Access with their outside linebackers coach, Sal Sunseri.
When I was playing at the University of Pittsburgh, I also was pretty good at baseball. I would go and I would coach little league teams, minor league teams. And when I started doing that, we won championships there. And I just loved being able to take a young man and take him and win a championship and see the expression on his face when he's able to hold a trophy. It don't matter what trophy it is, but when you win a championship, there's nothing better than the gratification of that kid coming up to me saying, "Coach, thanks for everything you've done for me." That's why I got into coaching. to develop young men to be successful out there, to help them win a championship, and also for them to understand about being mature, being a man, because it's not always going to go good out there. It's not. I don't care what level of football you're at. I don't care what level of baseball, basketball. There's going to be hard times, and to get that young man through these hard times, to make him understand if you do this, you're going to have success. If you do this, you have success. If you do some other things, you're not going to have success. So the focus, the process, the success, it's the greatest thing in the world.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Coach, our player feature this week is on a young man who unfortunately was hurt late in the game, but such a huge part of getting you to this point in Landon Dickerson.
Landon Dickerson has been as important acquisition as we've ever had in our program. He's a great leader, he's a great person, he's probably one of the most well-liked guys on our team. He's very inspirational to the players that he plays with. He's been a leader in the offensive line, and it just makes me like, I want all of our fans, because we don't know the extent of his injury yet, to say prayers for this guy, all right, because he is a wonderful person, and it'll be a great loss for our team if he can't continue to play. I know how much he loves to play, and it'll kill him. So let's all pray for him.
Well, indeed, as we get to know more about Landon Dickerson.
Landon Dickerson, offensive line, Hickory, North Carolina. I chose to come to Alabama to develop myself not only as a football player, but as a better person, as a better student, seeking a graduate degree and being exposed to all the great resources and coaches that are here. It means a lot to me. Coach Saban blessed me with an opportunity to continue not only my education, but my football career here. And so every chance I get, I want to pay it forward and show him that I'm thankful for it.
Bama Jacks team ready! Bama Jacks team ready! Exercise!
I think the biggest thing is really leadership, and that's the big thing that I think people should get out of football is, being able to lead people and people from all walks of life. And I think that's one thing that's really helped me is being able to connect with people no matter their age, race, religion, background, and bring us all together for a common goal. What's special about Alabama to me is the people that are around here. Not only people inside the facility, but people all around this town. I mean, just the atmosphere of the people, some of the, kindest people, kind of that Southern hospitality, I guess you could say, is just all throughout the town. I think, no matter how much money you have, no matter what situation you're in, you can control your happiness. And I think a lot of people don't understand that as it kind of comes from within you. And if you can control, how happy you are in life, you can live a good life. You don't have to have material things, money, or that kind of deal. I would have to say some of my favorite moments so far is we've gone undefeated in SEC play, and we're looking to continue that this weekend. I appreciate everything you guys do, the support you give, and I'm thankful for every opportunity I get to represent the Crimson Tide.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by Aflac. Get to know us at aflac.com.
Coach, time for us to take a look at what's next. We don't know who, we don't know where, but we do know what, and it's the college football playoffs.
Right, well, this team has really worked hard all year long, and I'm extremely happy that they're going to get a lot of positive self-gratification for the accomplishments of winning the SEC, but now they've also created an opportunity for themselves to have a chance to play in the college football playoff and win a national championship. But every team that we play, I told the players this before we played Florida, you're not going to play any teams now that don't have really good players. All right, so you got to tie it on, you got to prepare right, you got to work hard, and that's what we're going to look forward to and the challenges that the playoffs bring.
Coach, always a pleasure to work with you. Congratulations on an SEC title. We appreciate you again as always. We appreciate all of you watching, and we'll see you next time on The Nick Saban Show.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by Coca-Cola, together tastes better. By the University of Alabama, where legends are made. And by Trustmark, people you trust, advice that works.